Alrighty then. I got good news. I got volume settings. Finally. I can see how loud I am. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Moving up, getting bigger. Dun da da da. Puppy. Flower. Alright, now I need milk, I need butter, I need all those fun things. That means I need cows. I know, I'm kinda hyped up. Don't worry, calm down. Alright, so I don't think that there's really anything I can do. So let's take off. Might hop in here. Get one more night of sleep. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, midnight has passed. The sun has come up. 337,000. Oh, dude, this is gonna be awesome. Whoa! You need something for that, too. Give me a minute and I'm gonna say something really cool. I might have one of the coolest things to say. And for everybody around the world type deal that understands it, I'm happy that you're on my side. Oh, yes. Really? That's folded? Dude, I don't even know if I can fit. This is getting pretty, ridiculous. Alright, good. Unfold header. Really? That's it? That's it. But don't worry, I got your 6. I'm like that. That needs sprayed down. I don't like it. That means the other field probably needs sprayed down. Oh, this whole place is going to be cleaned. Boom. Show them how it's done. Oh, this is looking good. Looking real good. And that's how you get that cut done. Come right back in and do the same thing. Look how nice this is coming out. I'm proud of this. It's doing an amazing job. And that's how you cut it all down. You know, I figure as long as I'm doing like one little like piece of corn here and there, I'll actually get a lot of corn out of that. Just doing like this field here and corn every single time. That's gonna start stacking up big. I mean, this field here is probably way too small to get like wheat or anything on. You know? So why not hit some corn on it? Not even 50% yet. The other one will be full by now. Look how nice it's grabbing all this. Ooh. It's awesome. Wow, there's so much room still left in there. Now I just gotta go back and forth another 10-15 times and we'll be good. Yep. Look how much there is. Oh, this is doing so good. So simple going back and forth. I'm enjoying every minute of it. I really am. I love taking these fields and knocking them down to nothing. Here we go. Look at this. This is doing really nice. I mean, I love this. I think it's doing a fabulous job. Fabulous, I say. Magnificent. Phenomenal. Ooh. That's 60%. That means I might get to 70. By the time that, you know, I'm done with this, I might be hitting 70%. A little bit over, maybe. But, all in all, I mean, that's awesome. If I'm only hitting 70% and completing the field, it's like right where I need to be, honestly. Shut down. Look at that, 71%. There's so much I can do with this. It's like 13,000 liters. Which 13,000 really ain't that bad. Man, so happy with it. Hey everybody, please hit that like, please hit the subscribe, help me out. Alright. Now, close this back down. Yep. Now we're doing one of the scariest things ever. Getting ready for the next field. So if I go to G and X, V, disconnect. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Need to run all the way down here, grab my other header, find out where my trailer is, and clean off all these fields. That one just needs sprayed sometime today. Oh man, then I need to do my bales. Ugh. Alright, let's roll. I think that these are the same. So if they're the same, this is going to be solved really quick. V, go. Look how nice this is coming out. Oh. Hilda. Give me half a second, okay? Here, I'll click it for you. What's up? How are you? What's going on? Wonder if you just put your cell phone in your pocket. I don't know. Kind of an awkward message, if you ask me. Maybe your kid grabbed the phone. Ooh, that'd be an idea. My boy always grabs the phone. And I have almost filled the old one. That's how nice this is. This is how you clear your fields. Honestly, I mean, it's nothing major. Just a little cleanup. This means that I get to use new equipment. So exciting. I love it. I mean, using the new equipment is awesome. It's one of my favorite things, actually. Because there's so much equipment on here. Hey everybody, if you haven't liked, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Help me out. Help out the channel. Show some support. So anyhow, today was an awkward day, okay? Got done with work. My son and I were hanging out until the wifey got out of work. After she got out of work and everything, I mean, we had to be prepared. We put on some dress clothes and went down to a funeral. Yeah. So after a funeral, we're in debate where we want to go to eat, alright? Because it's like 7 o'clock. It's starting to get late. We want to eat. So, what happened is, we finalized on going to Co-Fair. It's a gas station, like Sheetz, Wawa, you know, something like that. So we went down to Co-Fair, we grabbed some subs. Okay. In the midst of them making our subs, we're like, yo, we gotta leave. We just got tapped out for a structural collapse right down the road. We will be back for our food. Hey, just give us 5 minutes. And one behind the counter was like, oh, alright, no problem. So we took off. Went to a house, grabbed my truck. And the wife and I had both of our vehicles because we are the fire police. We got a couple other fire police that have shown up. Trucks showing up, ambulance showing up. Everybody showing up like they were supposed to. Awesome news, right? Great thing. And then. Yes, the and then. And then come to find out, it's like basically this place has done it before. I guess the upstairs has a leak. And the ceiling tiles get like really wet and they collapse. So we got out of there. After we got out, it's like, alright, let's, you know, go home. Well, go get some, what is it, our food down to Country Fair. We signed the books at the Moose, you know. Numbers are, well, the cash is up. I mean, it's just something. Maybe we'll make it. Maybe we donate it. Who knows? Well, finally. Yeah, finally. We get home. We're sitting back, watching some TV, eating. You know, the basics. And we get a call from another member at the fire department. Hey, we need in the social hall. And the wife's like, okay, no problem, we'll let you in. Well, we also could use some help unloading our vehicle for the gun raffle. I'm like, okay, sure. So we get down there, start unloading the vehicle and everything, get that all done. And you know how people are. Somebody's got to complain about something. The wife brings it to our attention. Hey, these women, they're complaining about how it's not clean in here and stuff. How this is all so dirty back here. And I said, baby, because I was talking to my wife, it's just like the 4 of us in there and Mr. Wyatt, you know, my son. And I'm like, baby, you know what you could do? She's like, what's that? I said, something awesome that you could do is just like look at them and say, hey, you know, we got available positions. Maybe you should become a member of the fire department, a social member, and you can help out back here by cleaning and renting it out and all that. Because my wife only has like 4 jobs. Seriously. She only has like 4 jobs. Like I said, I have no problem. My wife, she's a good woman. She really is. And there is nothing that anybody can say to get it into my head that my wife is lazy. You can't do it. She works hard all the time. So, it's like, if you want to complain about how dirty everything is and how bad everything is, and you ready for what they're complaining about? A little bit of grease on the back of the stove. You know, like splatter grease on the back of the stove. And it's like, you're really complaining about that. Yeah, and like, you know, somebody wiped off the hot plate or whatever. And when they wiped it, the rag had a little grease on it or whatever, so not all the grease came up. That was the complaint. And my thought on this is, you know, these people that are complaining probably are old enough that they're probably old enough that they don't have any kids. They might be retired from work and everything else. You know, they're that age. It's like, whoa, you know, you could just donate some time over here. Help out. Nobody's gonna be mad at you for helping. Trust me, we're a volunteer fire department. If you can help, people will be happy. I mean, it's not like I have a full-time job and then on a Saturday, you know, when I want to spend time with the family, I, like, play dress up and everything else for everybody. Ooh, had to have a drink. Or another good one that I like to pull out. The other good card. You know, it's not like I've ever taken off work or anything to go to training. Or shall I say taken off 2 hours a day, 2 to 3 times a week, just to go to training. I mean, I never did that. You see how some of these people kind of bother me when they say things? It's like, hey, if you want to, like, talk bad about, you know, how we're running the show, and most of us are full-time employees somewhere, doing something. Oh man, I was getting into that. You need to reverse about 20 minutes. But it's like, if you want to help out, I mean, I ain't got a problem with that. I would enjoy, you know, more support. Because right now, fire halls are getting it bad, honestly. Volunteer fire companies are getting it really bad. And as I try to explain to people, you don't have to, if you become a member, you don't have to go into a burning building. You really don't have to. You can play outside. I only got 150 jobs for you. And I guess people don't realize that. Oh yeah, you get 4 people and they run into a building. It was in the 60s today. But it's like these people are like, you get 4 people and they all run into the building. Negative. For every individual that goes into the building, one has to be outside. So if you get 4 people in, you need 4 people outside. Simple math. Oh, and don't forget all the officers, the pump operators, the people fighting fire from the outside. I mean, these are simple jobs, tasks. You know, it's nice to have somebody handing out water and everything. You want like one person over by the trucks, whatever. So if anything, like if you get guys outside, I'm not talking rehab, I'm just saying when the guys come out of the building, it's nice to have somebody that's over there to help them take off their packs and shut off the air. You see where I'm getting so far? I have 155 jobs for somebody if they want it. It's bad that you get like 20 people at a fire department running it. Our fire department, believe it or not, is basically all the officers and everything that we have, except for a few of us, they all came from the Explorer program, which it's basically 14-year-olds, 14 to 17-year-olds that come in to the fire department and play firefighter. It's a younger generation that comes in to get trained as firefighter. And I mean, our chief, I think, is like 34 years old, 35 years old. We got a young generation coming in running the show. Hey, how you doing? Michael's coming in with a temperature of 90 today. I'm coming in with a temperature in the 60s. Ooh, look at all this come out. Just under 2 fields. Now I'm gonna come over here and get one more. Actually, probably 2 more trailers. Because that's how I roll. And hit it. Ooh, still no rain? Rain makes corn, corn makes whiskey. Whiskey makes my baby feel a little frisky. So, here's my question. If we talk about this on YouTube, alright, and they ban us from talking about alcohol and stuff, why is it more strict on here than what it is on like the radio? Ooh, 0.3? It's kinda low. Well, the woolly bears just say that it's supposed to be a bad winter. Me and one had a conversation the other day. Yeah, you like that? We had a conversation. Oh, the woolly bear and I had a good conversation on weather. And he said that it seems like it's going to be kind of cold. It's going to come in pretty hard. And then it's going to leave pretty hard too. But in the middle, he said, it shouldn't be too bad in the middle. And our middle should be about the same length as the beginning and end. We had a conversation. I'm sorry if you think it's awkward to talk to like insects and like caterpillars and stuff. I call it an average Tuesday. Oh, we got a decent amount of snow last year. I put in about 300 hours, well, 250 hours overtime. Ooh. Knock that over. It's not going to take this full load. Should take most of it, but not all of it. $80. And I'm going to jump out of here. Jump into here. We can go unload. Make sure it's a tight turn. There we go. We can unload this. All right. Yeah. Actually, it's not the Atlantic that we worry about here. It's actually lake effect. Because I'm right off of Lake Erie. Lake Erie does a pretty good job of dumping snow on us. I mean, you got back in 77, I think it was, 78. In that time frame, they had, trying to think, like 11 feet dumped on them. Some like completely ridiculous number. Oh, knocking the stuff down. Yeah, they had some ridiculous number dumped on them. They had to make tunnels to their cars. I mean, there's pictures. of Buffalo and stuff like that, where they just were hammered. There was like almost no saving them. It was a bad year that year. My thing is during the winter time, I don't get the sleep that I need, you know, unless it's on a weekend. And then it's like, hey, we gotta do this, or hey, we gotta do that, and I just run out of steam. Oh yeah, I remember when the neighbor would plow the snowbanks in the driveway, and I'd like take a shovel and like start digging into the snowbanks with the shovel and ice chopper and everything, and making all the tunnels and all that. And I'd be like, oh man, this will be a place to sleep, and this here I can turn it into a bedroom. Yeah, I remember those days. And this is the hideout, and this is the lookout hole, and yeah, that was always fun. I had a lot of fun doing that. Oh, and right here, since I'm getting kind of tired, I can take a quick nap, you know. I told the wife to leave out a notebook for tomorrow for my whole business proposal ordeal. You know, I'm gonna do a business proposal timeline, you know, the whole 9 yards to start out my business. And I think I'm gonna do it for my stepson and myself, because he's been acting out at school. And what I want to do is I want to say, hey, what do you want in 5 years? What do you want in 10 years and in 15 years and stuff like that? What do you want? And then tell him, you know, when you say that this is all in your head to do, it doesn't exist. But when you start putting it on paper, it becomes easier to obtain. A reality comes behind it, you know? And try to explain that to him. And maybe if he realizes that he sets these goals and how to achieve them, maybe he'll see that, you know, hey, I need to straighten up. I need to do better. I need to do this, or I need to do that, so I can get what I want. And then sometimes Grandpa would chain up his pull us around. I never got to do that. I've rode on the back of a snowmobile like twice ever. You know, here's the thought that I have about putting it on the paper and everything. Alright? Here's my idea behind it. If you put it on the paper, there's more chances of it becoming a reality than not doing it at all. But also kind of up to you to start stepping forward on it. I mean, if you really want it, why not fight for it? And I mean, I've seen some things. I really have. I mean, I've met people that are like, their stories are wow. It's like something that you'd see only in a movie. And then it's like I asked them how they did it. And it's like, you hear about this whole dream ordeal. Or you hear about how other people caused it. You know? Like if I ever get my business fully up, fully running, if I get my YouTube channel up and fully running and maxed out with thousands and thousands of subscribers and thousands of like people like, you know, watching my videos all the time, and I really make money. You know what? I'm gonna say thank you to the people at work. Yeah, I might thank the people at work. I'm gonna go buy them dinner. You know, I'll buy them pizza. I'll buy them, you know, some subs or something. Take it into them and be like, here you go. And they say, well, what's this for? I'm gonna say thank you. For what? For saying how pathetic I am. And how useless I am. It's not that I was useless. It's just I wasn't useful here. Y'all are the ones who started it. I just finished it. I used to love going into work. Work was like one of the best things. I loved it so much. I always had fun. It was just like this thing. And then it's like it became a monster. Now you know what? There's no reason that you have to give up. But like I said, I'm gonna go back. I used to love going into work. It was awesome. I always had so much fun. I always spoke so highly of it. And it just started getting to that point where I don't even want to be there. Oh, I loved going. It was awesome. I always had fun. But like I said, now it's like this thing that I want nothing to do with. I'm getting to the point where there is no point in me really going into work. Why should I be everybody else's joke? You know? And every time I go to say something, it's like, oh yeah, you're just lying to me. I know the truth about you. Really? You do? From who? My foreman said he knows about how I only lasted 2 weeks in the army. And then I dropped out. Really? I mean, he was in the service. Oh wait, no, he wasn't. So how would he know anything about it if he's never been there? You know? Like I said, I'm just getting to that point where I don't want to be there. There is no reason for me to be there. But yeah, I'm like, so, who told you this crap? And he's like, don't worry, I got my sources. Like, well, your sources are idiots. Hey, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I was burnt out when I retired from disability. I was already thinking about taking a long leave of absence for my sanity. That's how I feel. I really do. You don't want to say anything about how you're being treated and the whole mental stress of how you're being treated. Yeah, I know I treat you horribly, woman. Horrible. But you don't want to be that person who's like, well, they started it, or they did this, they did that. You don't want to sit there and point fingers. I understand that. So it's like, I just shut up and deal with it. But it gets to that point and I don't want anything to do with going into work. I mean, I've talked to the wife about it, and I told her the only reason why I'm still going into work is for her and Wyatt. Other than that, I could care less. I know 15 other places that would pay more. 20 other places that would pay me more. For an easier job. But I want to be home. I like being with my family. Truth. But I think it will be nice if I retire out with everything that I want, retire out of work and then look at them and say, hey, thank you. You guys caused me to have this. You guys caused me to have my own company. You guys caused all of this. And since you caused it all, here, I'll let you in. I'll buy you some pizza. And just drop a bunch of Little Caesars pizzas down and say thanks. And then when it comes down to it and they say, well, you just said we helped you. Look at them and be like, yeah, you did. You helped me realize that this was a stupid mistake to be here. And that I should have done this a long time ago. And just boom. I physically gave you more than what you gave me. Oh, I do like that snapping in though. That is nice. Hey! What's going on? Alright. Now empty out this one. That was a lot that I brought in. It really was. Several thousand pounds. Ooh, coming in here. Aye. Oh yeah, yeah. I got thousands of hours from like, I don't know, 13 area all the way up to 22. Cause I started by playing this on the Xbox and I was playing with my cousin. We just joke around and try to see what we can get and all that. And then it like slowly became something more and more serious. And now this is like what I do. I do this about an hour a night. Well, I try to live stream for about an hour a night. A little more, a little less, depending on the night. It's just bare spot in the jungle. Yeah, it was just this one field up here. Just this one little speck up here. And speaking of that, some things you just don't get rid of. That's the tractor and trailer I started with. And that tractor was a base model. I had to upgrade it. A lot. A lot. Because I barely had anything to do, like seating or anything else with. Yeah. Everybody thought I was nuts. And I show almost everything that I do. Yeah. Whether it's farming for gold or farming for food. Oh, this is coming out nice. Get rid of all this crap. But yes, I started with that tractor back there. And then I think I bought this one after I got enough money. I think I bought this tractor. And then I bought the Kubota. Well, my chickens, I have a slight problem with them. Minor. Slight. They eat faster than I can feed. Because I can get like 5,000 of them. Yeah, so they eat a lot faster than what I can feed them. But, I mean, all in all, I wanted to start out a little bit different this time, so I started out on a map that forces me to do extra logging and a couple extra little things here and there. I could do when I first started one pattern and needed new. That's why I'm going with different challenges to kind of push me out of the pattern. That's why I didn't put up my greenhouses until now, because I didn't want to have greenhouses until I had to have a need for greenhouses. And by having the bakery, that pushed me into a need for greenhouses, because now I need strawberries. But now I also need cattle. I get one thing that forces me for a need for another. Oh man. This is doing so much better. I gotta go down to my other field, hit that, then I'm gonna come up here and use some new equipment. I know. My pattern was doing a great job. I don't know why he keeps trying to stop. My pattern that I was using does an amazing job by pushing, greenhouses and stuff at the very beginning and just using it to sell off everything. But it gets to that point where it's like, I need a new challenge. So this is how I'm going to challenge myself today. That's how I look at it. It's more of the challenge that I need. So come up with stupid ways to challenge me. That's why I like starting out with some of the smallest equipment that you can imagine. Coming up with, what is it called? Like Daggerwind does, I think Daggerwind is a phenomenal person on here. He's one of my favorite people to watch. He always is very creative about how he does everything. Amazing. Like Farmer Cop, I watch a lot of him because he is he's really good at explaining everything right down to detail. I mean, I watch a lot of these bigger, YouTubers because of how they are and how impressive it is that, what they're doing. Alright. Let's do it. Pole. Yes. It's happening. Set it down. Let's go. Pole. And you know what? I learned how to play the game through somebody that he had difficulty speaking English, but he was showing how to do course play and stuff. I can't even remember his name. I don't even think his channel even exists anymore. But he was doing course play and stuff like that, and it was just kind of addicting to watch him. Like another person, it's really addictive for me to watch is like when Corrales is doing things. It don't matter what game he's on, everything has to like look a certain way. He envisions how things are supposed to look, and then it's like, okay, I can do this. And he makes like awesome structures, awesome builds, you know? And then now it's like, I want to copy him. And then I go to copy him and it never works out. It's like, why can I not copy what he's doing? It's like, because I am Corrales. And I go bananas over everything. But yeah, I think he's amazing. Amazing on his builds. My farm would never go to his standards. He would have to plant trees, happy little trees everywhere. He would have to plant this and plant that and do this and do that. It's like my area would never be on his, you know, farming. I think he did farming for a little bit. But yes, that shows that, I mean, I do pay attention to a lot of other players. I got timed out by 4 bees for saying oh. Huh. Okay. It's awkward. But yeah. Like I said, I mean, there's a lot of people that I like to watch. Are you smart enough to get... you can allow the message. I didn't see anything bad in it. You know, I will admit, I've got to be one of the worst people when it comes to humor. Because I got a lot of dark humor. And I can't help it most of the time. That's the sad part. This tractor pulls this so nice. And it works so good. Oh. I love this. This is doing so good. It's so much quicker. As you can see, I'm doing 3 fields, so it's like no problem. Just go right from one right to the next. I'm half tempted to link them. And all I have to do is just a little bit of work, change the direction of a road, do some plowing. I could link all these without a problem, but I'll lose my grass field over there. And I kind of want to keep that. You're heading to bed? Alright, I'm going to finish this. And I will be right behind you. Okay? You. You're my beautiful wife, that's what's about you. I don't blame anything on you, really. From who?
I heard from Megan that you told her that you're not allowed to work mornings because your wife don't want to work.
You kinda don't.
Why?
Why? Because when you have to get me out of bed at like midnight.
No. You work mornings, you're getting yourself out of bed.
See?
It's bad enough I have to treat you like a child now to get you out of bed to go to work.
I hate work.
Pretty much that's exactly what I told Megan today. Because she's like, well, make him get up on his own. Tell him that it's his responsibility to get up.
I'll get fired.
Because Kyle says that you're going mornings.
No, I can't go on mornings, and neither can he. If Kyle wants to go on mornings, Kyle will have to go to Erie or somewhere.
I don't know about what Kyle's missing different.
Yeah.
You see if Kyle might do the I said, can't come back until you're off duty. It's good for
I would take that to the union. I'd take that to the union. The reason is because they took what's her name that got fired and put her on light duty. She got fired because she was on light duty. Well, I'm just saying she got fired on light duty because somebody had the whiff of alcohol in the air with her. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, but they had somebody smelled alcohol on this individual's breath or whatever while they were on light duty, and then they said, well, you got a CDL, right? And she's like, yes, I have a CDL. And then they said, oh, well, since you have a driver's license and CDL and everything, that means that you fall under the category where you can get your analysis. She's like, oh, okay, no problem. Because usually when she goes for, that test, for some odd reason, it's like a 2-hour thing. Alright, it takes a little bit to get into there, and then they have to go through patients. When they get, the open spot, you get your urinalysis done. Well, for some odd reason, it would take her like 7 hours to do it. Well, instead, this time they said, you're driving down and this person's going with you. And we're going to check on you. So what happens is she gets down there and she made like a pit stop along the way. And they're like, oh, yeah, you need to hurry up. This is your time to, go in. We've already called ahead. So she gets down there. They give her urinalysis. And she passed that one pretty good. Yeah. We have to have like below a 0 or real close to 0, like 0.002 type deal. I forget what it actually is at work, but it's like really close to 0. And she blew like a 1 something. So that's legally, or 0.0, yeah, 0.1 I believe is what she blew. And they're like, oh, really, that's what you blew? Yeah. Well, didn't you drive the truck? And she's like, yeah. So you legally were driving the truck drunk. You're fired. And then they told her if she goes to get in her vehicle and drive her vehicle, since it is on government property, that they're calling the police on her and nailing her for drinking and driving. So she had to like get a hold of her husband, and he had to take part of the day off just to drive her home. Yeah. See what happens when they don't like you at work? Man, this is so easy. Did you fall? Yeah. Oh, you want me to wrap it up for you? Never went to work drunk. I went in poisoned a few times though. Like food poisoning, or like X wanting to poison you? Ooh, I hit that grass and I didn't want to. I don't know why it just like stopped. I mean, this is kind of nice. I mean, this is going through these fields pretty quick. Now we see what we got going on for next time. I gotta get all these fields around and get them prepped and everything, and get in another few things going on, and yes. Yeah, that's why I'm there. I am on the belief that a few people on my crew does not like me, and they are bound to harass me and everything else until I either, you know, say, hey, they're harassing me type deal, this needs to end, or I turn around and tell them, hey, it needs to end, whatever, and then they're going to harass me for that. or I just leave the crew. That's how I think it's gonna go with me. I mean, it's kind of funny. They harassed me for being in the fire department. Yeah. They harassed me saying that I was nothing in the military. Yeah. I mean, these are things that I get harassed on, like, the daily about. How I talk. That's a big thing. They harassed me about that. They harassed me about being disabled from the military. They harassed me for not having like 2 and 3 jobs like some of these other people do. I mean, if it can be out there, they try to harass me on it. And I frankly just don't care. I don't care what they have to say. I did what I was told today, and for some odd reason, it comes out of somebody else's mouth. Oh, too lazy to do this? Too stupid to do this? And it's like, dude, I was just doing what I'm told. And then it's like, I don't know. I kind of get put under a microscope by my crew. Oh, you're not doing enough. Well, it's like 3 other people are standing around. Come on now. And you're for facing the back. Huh. I mean, what is there that they can say about that? You faced the back of the elevator. Oh no. What can they say? I mean, that wouldn't fly with me. They yelled at me for putting a truck in a ditch on an icy hill. A really steep icy hill at that. And they yelled at me for putting the truck in the ditch. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would have laughed at him. He's like, so, what would happen if you put a fire truck in the ditch? And I looked at him and said, well, one, we would see if we can get it out on our own. If we can't get it out on our own, I guess we'll just have to call in a tow company to pull it out. Well, it's really expensive. Well, accidents happen. What do you want me to say? Well, this is not how you should be treating this job. Accidents happen. Nobody died. Nobody got hurt. I mean, it's just stupid stuff. And then I had a foreman give me a PDC because I snapped the bolts on the wing on the truck and dropped the wing off in the middle of a parking lot. Well, you shouldn't come in with your wing down. My wing was up. Oh, it was down. It was down, and he swore up and down that my wing was down, and I kept saying it's up, it's up, it's up. And then we walked through the snow, and I proved that my wing was up walking through the snow because there was no drag marks from the wing. And then the big complaint was, yeah, you shouldn't have turned around here. Oh. Well, you wanted me to do this here, right? Well, yeah, I wanted you to do that. Well, this is perfect spot to turn around. Well, yeah, but... No. I did what you wanted. You didn't specify how you want it done. It was a big fiasco about that. One good thing I can say about this crew that I'm on is we try to solve our own problems. It's not just, oh, you're going to get a PDC. You know, you're going to get a write-up for it. PDC is personal disciplinary conference or whatever. Yeah. You know, World War II was a learning experience for us that was like completely out of our realm. You know? Yeah, that's how I see it. That goes back to the whole, have you ever done my job? Well, no. Then how can you tell me how to do my job? So this one company my dad worked at before they went out of business, closed their doors and everything. What they did one day is all these people are saying, well, you know, we just need to get more production. We need to get higher production. Our production's too low. We need to get higher production. Well, I guess one of the foremen on the floor said, you're right. Show me how. We're having a shop shut down on, you know, whatever day for Christmas or whatever. No problem. Just show me how you want us to get more production. And they're like, well, you just run the machines like this. You run the machines like this. And your operators are supposed to do this. And he goes, okay. On our day that we shut down, because they shut down all the presses and everything. It's a plastic mold company. Or was. He's like, just show me how. And they're like, oh yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay. So what they did was they took all these office people. And when they took all these office people, they had them work on the floor with the operators. And the operators just show them how to do it real quick and then said, okay, now do it. So the operators on the floor are like, okay, they taught them taught the office personnel how to do the machines, how to run them and everything, what they need to do, and all that. And then said, it's yours, have fun, and walked away. So you had all these office personnel running these machines, and as they're running these machines, they're falling farther and farther behind. Parts are going all over the floor. I mean, it's starting to jam up the conveyor belts, and parts are everywhere. And as this is happening, they just go up to the machine and start shutting them down, you know, one by one. They're going to anyhow. This is just a learning experience. well, the office people look at the, by the time it's all over, the office people are looking at the operators and saying, I don't know how to do your job. I'm surprised you can do your job. You know, it was one of those, I'm sorry for opening my mouth. I should have just left it shut. But anyways, as I say every night, have a good day, have a good night, have a good evening, have a good whatever it is when you're watching this. Have fun, be safe, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, I'll probably talk with you all tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody.